watch or to attend another class on Ayurveda health. And we're going, and this is the second lesson of the series. There's going to be others, and I will tell you what they're going to be about later. We're going to talk about some logistics. I bring a lot of materials and a lot of little things for you to taste today, and I'm going to be bringing in the next classes too. If you feel compelled, no obligation, no pressure. If you feel compelled to make a donation, we have a little donation jar here. If you don't have cash, there is Venmo on one side and Zelle on the other side, whichever you prefer. And please, this is totally optional, okay? All right, so if you want to send me an email, you can see my email on the screen. And if you just want to visit my website, you can also contact me through there. There is a contact button. You can send me a message. All right, so I am Pollyanna Miranda, and I have been practicing the holistic arts for over 15 years. I have been studying holistic arts since I was a teenager. I love the subject. Since we were kids, we were already doing little massages, learning about acupressure with my dad, buying these books, my mom buying books on massage, aromatherapy, and all that. So we're always very interested. And so I just, I've always been in love with the subject and never stopped studying. I am a massage therapist, and I do all sorts of holistic healing techniques. I have been doing health coaching for over 5 years now, and now I am getting certified in Ayurveda health. And thank you so much for being here, because I can practice with you this teaching of this ancient art that is over 5,000 years old. So before we start, we're going to sit down. We're going to do a little invocation. I'm going to do an invocation just to ground myself. And I would like you to be part of this grounding exercise. And it's not the same, John, I'll tell you. So I'm going to sit. Should I bring this closer? We're going to sit with our both feet flat on the floor. And while I do this invocation, it's a few mantras in Sanskrit. And that is to calm our nervous system, to slow down our breathing, to slow down our heartbeat, and to show my appreciation. So there is a sense of gratitude, and also to invoke the highest wisdom so that I keep on track and you guys can have fun. All right? So just close your eyes if you feel comfortable and just listen to these ancient mantras. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Atma tvam girija mati sahajara prana shariram gruham ujate vishayo papokarachana nidra samadhi sthiti shantara parayo pradakti navidi stotrani sarva giro yadyar karma karo mitata dakilam shambho taparatanam. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath in. And a long one out. Only then we can have great digestion. We don't digest when we are all tense, nervous, right? So to digest information as well, we also calm our nervous system, and we are here, we are present. All right, so let's start. So in the next few lessons, we're going to go on with those classes. So we did have the introduction to Ayurveda. We had, today we're going to see Ayurvedic Nutrition according to your doshas, which we are going to review now. We're going to do some study on emotional freedom and the inner pharmacy, which is actually finding ways, both dietary, herbalistically, and also within like little things that you can do to ground. This is something that I did right now. It's working with my inner pharmacy to bring myself to be centered and grounded, to be able to bring in this knowledge. And then we're going to do another class. We're going to do movement and meditation and pranayama, which is the breath, working with the breath for certain purposes. And then we're going to work on creating an Ayurveda daily routine, which is just adding little healthy things that you can do throughout your day. So Ayurveda is practical because you can use, from making a simple tea to it's also personalized. It's all about your constitution. So depending on how your body functions, depending how your mind functions, and your tendencies, and your likes, and your wants, that you're going to create a very comfortable routine. One little step at a time throughout a series of weeks. That will be fun. All right. And we're going to recap the last class that we had. So, okay, how long has Ayurveda been around? Who remembers?
4,000 years.
Yeah, 5+. They have documentation that is at least 5,000 years old. So it's the oldest one of all sciences. And what does it mean? Ayurveda. Who remembers? It's the science of life. I can hear myself. Who's echoing me?
That was me.
Hey! All right, so Ayur significa life, and Veda, coming from the Vedas, the scriptures, the knowledge, the wisdom from back when, right? So it's the science of life. And it's the mother of all sciences, including astronomy, mathematics, surgical medicine. There were people already doing surgery then, and of course it evolves with the times, it evolves with technology, and with all the scientific data that we have access to. So Ayurveda is ever moving, ever evolving, never stops. And we also talked about the 5 elements. When I talked about consciousness, how we came to exist, it's because the highest divine consciousness just created all this with all the 5 elements. Everything in the universe has the 5 elements. And what are the 5 elements?
Water.
Air.
Fire.
Water.
Water. Earth.
Space.
Space. And air. Yes. So space is potentiality. Anything can happen in space. Nothing happens without space. Nothing happens without space, right? Nothing exists without space. Nothing functions without space. But then, for something to happen, we need another force, which is, what is the element that has the movement quality?
Air.
Perfect. Air. All right, air, wind. Oh, I brought them. This is my own artwork. So we have space, right? Where is the camera? Space, right? Oh, I forgot that I have it all there, sorry. And then we have water. So we have air, that is the movement. It's what makes things flow. What makes the digestion happen from the mouth to the end. That's what makes it go, right? Then we have water. What is the main quality of the water? It's heavy, it's wet, right? It makes things stick together, so there is cohesion. Cohesion to bring things together. For example, we have a little bit of chia seeds. They are all going scattered around. You pour a little water, they glue together, right? Without water, they don't glue, right? So cohesion, and then we have
Fire.
What's the main quality of the fire?
Heat.
Heat. And so heat makes things change. So it causes transformation. Very good. And the last but not least, we got earth. Right? Earth is heavy, it's cooling, it's comforting, right? That's what gives us the structure. It gives us protection, structure, support. It's what makes things be solid. It's what keeps us grounded on Earth, right? With the gravity. All right, now we're gonna remember what doshas are. Anybody remembers what doshas are? Doshas are synonym for constitution, your personal constitution. So let's talk about the first dosha. We call it the king dosha. Everybody has it, and some people have it a lot. By the way, everybody has all the 5 elements within their constitution. So the first one is the vata. Vata has the 2 elements, air and space. So vata is moving everywhere, going and going. It's drying, it's light, it's cooling, right? So remember, vata has 2 elements. What are they?
Air and space.
Very good. Air and space. Movement, dryness, cooling, lightness. Okay, that's vata. All right. Who remembers what the second dosha is? Pitta. Very good. All right. So pitta has the 2 main elements that are fire and water. Yes, Meryl is on a roll here.
Everyone's looking at her notes from last
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. She got notes. Oh, I love notes. Anyway, so we have fire and water. So this water is hot water. It's not cool. It's not cooling. It's heating. It's steam, right? And the fire, which is transformative. It's warm. It's what gives us good digestion to transform everything what we eat into nourishment to every cell of the body, right? So that's Pitta. So again, Pitta has two elements. They are
Fire and fire.
So it gives intensity to the mind. It's focused. Remember that Vata is all over the place, right? And then comes Pitta to control that impulse, to control that movement, to give it direction and focus. All right. So what's the next dosha? Kapha. And what are the elements for Kapha?
Earth and water.
Earth and water. Excellent. So Kapha is a little heavier. Kapha is calm. Kapha doesn't get fazed with what's happening out there, likes to sit back, observe, right? It is a little, like, has more like a frame of the body is a little bigger, a little sturdier because it has more structure, right? It has also more muscle. And it has a tendency, a person that has more Kapha dosha in them has a tendency of liking more sweets and heavy foods that give them more energy, right? So all of them are wonderful. Everybody has them all. Some people have more Vata, a little more, less Pitta and a lot less Kapha. Some people are more Kapha with some Pitta and a little Vata. Some people are two, they are bidoshic, so they are like Pitta Kapha or Pitta Vata. I am one of those. I have Kapha too, almost tridoshic here. And there are people that have three doshas, all, kind of like in balance. And then, so remember that when your natural constitution is in balance, you can digest things well, your mind is clear, you feel comfortable, you feel happy, and you are in general satisfied with your life. When your doshas are out of balance, meaning different from your natural dosha type, because of events, because of diet, because of stress, then you can't digest well, your mind is not clear, you can feel either irritated or have acid reflux. Even a person that doesn't have a lot of Pitta, they might get acid reflux too, even because the Pitta dosha of this person is out of balance. Or a Vata person that is always doing something and feels depressed or can't move is because the Kapha dosha is too aggravated. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to find ways of bringing your body type, your constitution, your body-mind tendencies into balance where we feel happy and healthy. All right. And remember that I was talking about your natural dosha tendencies, which is the word that people have a hard time pronouncing, prakruti. Everybody say pra.
Pra.
Kru.
Kru.
Ti.
Ti.
Prakruti.
Prakruti.
Awesome. And then and that's when you were born like that. Like since you were conceived, you already had that established natural state of your dosha or constitution, right? Dosha. Everybody, dosha.
Dosha.
There, your constitution. All right. But then life comes, and then things happen, and then you feel out of balance. You don't know what's going on. You have bad digestion. You can't eat stuff that you used to so easily, or you can't sleep, or everything is out of whack. You feel like your life is chaotic. So It might be when you are out of balance. Your Vikruti, your present constitution right now, is out of whack. And we can bring your present constitution to closer to your Prakruti, even today in the present moment, by doing these little tips that I'm going to be giving. All right. So now you're going to do something more active. Although you're going to be sitting in your spot, you're going to be just quietly, maybe closing your eyes. You are going to listen to a very familiar voice, because I did a little recording. I want to experience it as well, and rest my vocal cords for 4.5 minutes. We're going to do a little meditation on these doshas, and that will help you grasp what these doshas are doing within our body and mind. Okay? All right, John. Okay, sit comfortably.
Let's start today's class with a visualization to experience the energy of the 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Sit comfortably and please close your eyes or relax with your eyes gently open. Become aware of your body. Notice that although you are sitting still, many things are moving within you. Your mind is moving constantly. Your nervous system is carrying impulses from one part of your body to another. As you are sitting, food is moving through the digestive tract. Nutrients are being absorbed through your colon. Your chest rises and falls as you breathe, bringing oxygen to every cell of your body. Feel the beating of your heart, the pumping of your blood, the flowing of your circulation. An underlying intelligence is guiding every moment and every movement in your body and mind. This intelligence is known as Vata. It is like the wind. It carries things from place to place and is never still. Now turn your attention to the fact that even though you appear to remain the same, your body is changing in every moment. Transformations are occurring at every level of your body and mind. Your body is like a melting pot, converting your last meal into fuel for your organs and tissues. Your body is separating the useful from the non-useful. Your internal thermostat is regulating your body temperature. Though your eyes are closed, they are still digesting the sights and images of your life. Your liver is metabolizing toxins, and deep within your mind, a subtle digestion is also taking place. The impressions and experiences you absorbed yesterday are being transformed into meaning and understanding. The force governing all digestion and metabolism is warm, sharp, intense, and penetrating. This force is known as Pitta. As your digestive system metabolizes food into nutrients, and as your circulation carries these nutrients through your body, your cells and tissues are continuously rebuilding themselves. In the midst of changes occurring in every moment, there is a biological energy that protects and stabilizes your entire body. Feel how your bones, ligaments, and muscles support your body. With every inhalation and every exhalation, the lubrication lining your air passages moistens and filters the air you breathe. Your heart, brain, and spinal cord are encased in a nourishing fluid that cushions your nervous system and allows it to function. The biological energy that governs the structure, strength, cohesion, and fluidity of the body is known as kapha. For a moment, feel a sense of gratitude for the three doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha, and for everything they do to support your health and happiness. Now, slowly open your eyes.
How do you feel? Do you have any questions about this subject? Because we're going to move on now to nutrition. Do you have any questions from the previous class? Or can I move on? Are you feeling good? Okay. All right, so we were talking about the breath, right? We were talking about breathing deep. Why do we breathe deep? To calm down. Because when we breathe deep, we are bringing prana into our being. What's prana? Vital energy. All right, so prana is the life force present in all nature. And I'm emphasizing the word nature, okay? We'll see. So food is energy, right? So food, in addition to providing calories, proteins, carbs, fats, and many of our foods, give us also a bonus, the vital energy. Where do you find them? In fresh, plant-based foods, because they hold the most prana. And I'm not talking about, I'm not saying or judging, and I don't want anybody to go and start a raw diet, a raw food diet. I'm not talking about that. But I am bringing the awareness that these fresh produce, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, or whole grains, whole nuts, they retain this vital energy. And when we consume them, we are bringing that vital energy into the body. Because they are alive, right? So if you finish, if you are using a stalk of celery and you cut it so that the little bottom is still whole, you can put it a little water and it will grow roots, and then you put it in the dirt and you will have a brand new celery stalk there for your use, right? So that's that vital energy, that sacred, divine, alive energy that is inside the seeds that know to become a tree, a bush, a blueberry bush, you know? These are the live foods that we consume, and that will give us better health because they are giving us vital energy, which promotes healing for the abuse that we put our bodies through every day, right? Okay, so if you have, for example, a piece of meat, can you plant a piece of meat? What happens if we plant a piece of meat? Yeah. Yeah. So if you bury a piece of meat in the ground, nothing will grow except maybe some mold. It will turn into compost, right? Feed the earth. All right, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Remember this saying? Everybody learned that in school, like Hippocrates did that, right? He did, because he studied it and he learned it with somebody. So hundreds of years before Hippocrates, Vedic wisdom, which is from the Vedic scriptures, was already putting this idea into practice. The concept of using our food as medicine is a core principle of Ayurveda. Everything we consume has the potential to provide life-giving nourishment. All right, that brings me to the next subject. Everybody repeat the word Agni.
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 Doesn't it sound like ignite? Well, it has nothing to do with that. It's the root of the word ignite. Cool, huh? Why? It's the fire. It's what makes, it transforms everything that we put into our system into something else to nourish our bodies. All right, so it says here that good digestion promotes good health. Does everybody agree with that? Have you ever felt otherwise when you don't have good digestion? That you feel ugh, or heartburn, or something like your stomach doesn't, or bloated, ugh, right? But when you eat something that is easy to digest, you feel it give you energy, right? All right, so we talk about Agni, and we talk about good digestion with a strong Agni, and weak digestion with a weak Agni, okay? So when we have good, strong digestion with a good digestive fire that's using everything that we're eating, that transforms that food into this amazing, vital, energetic nourishment. This is called ojas. When you have a weak digestion, a weak Agni, a weak digestive fire, then that's how you feel like, right? That's ama, because it causes the body to create toxins. It's not digested. It doesn't go with our dosha. It doesn't go with our digestive system, because everybody has a different digestive tendency. And so if we put good stuff in the right way, with good combination, you can have an amazing health for life, giving you longevity and a very good quality when you age. And stuff that was hurting, stop hurting. That's a good thing, right? You can live life better. So Agni is the metabolic power responsible for extracting nourishment and eliminating toxins. So it's what knows in your body what to keep and what to eliminate, right? When your digestive fire is strong and healthy, we can easily digest food and experiences. So it's also talking about the mind, the Agni in the mind. We can also have junk food for the body and junk food for the mind, right? So what are you exposed to? What are you listening to? What are you speaking about? Who are you engaging with? Are they nourishing to you? So we're talking about both the body and the mind. And when you do have a good digestive fire, both in the body and the mind, you're creating ojas, the good stuff, right? And when our digestive fire is weak or irregular, we cannot properly digest even potentially nourishing the substances, and our body starts to accumulate toxins, which we call in Sanskrit ama, right? So I wanted to stop here a little bit. Okay, so there is the Ayurvedic doctors, they talk about, okay, you can get the best food, the freshest local produce that is organic, and if you are not well balanced, if your mind is not in the right spot, if you are super under stress, or if you already have an underlying problem that you haven't taken care of, that pure nectar can turn into poison. And the other way around can happen too. You know, like we talked about Pitta having the best digestive system and digestive fire because it's their Pitta people have in nature, they have a better Agni, right? They can eat junk and they can synthesize and make that into the best nourishing thing if they are balanced, right? If everything is well, if they are in a good spot in life, if they have a good mind, that they are rested, they will transform that into, so you can turn nectar into poison and you can turn poison into nectar. We are not saying that you should be eating junk food, okay? No, that's not what I mean. So we keep Agni strong by eating the proper amount. That means 80%, we'll talk about that later. Eating the right foods and by managing stress, which can dampen Agni as well. So we have a little graphic there, and I'm gonna read it for you, and it might be just easier for you to digest and turn it into ojas for your knowledge digestion there. So Agni is your digestive power. If you have a strong Agni, you create ojas, which is the good, subtle nourishment that goes into your body in the circulatory channels that are called shrota. It's another little word in Sanskrit that means circulatory channel. However, if you have weak Agni, you create ama, which is the toxic waste, and or residue, and then it goes into your circulatory channels, your shrotas, and they cause disease. Okay, so strong Agni, good health. Weak Agni, disease. Strong Agni, ojas. Weak Agni, ama. Okay? Any questions here? Does anybody experience that sometimes? Depending on, sometimes you eat the same thing and sometimes it goes so well, and sometimes it doesn't. And do you realize that when you have that state of mind, when you are in a good place, things don't bother you and digestion happens better than when you are tense or full of stress in your life? Great. Everybody feels that. We have to be aware of those things, right? Okay, so just to review, ojas, the vital nectar of life. So if you have that experience of good ojas, good digestive fire, creating the good ojas, you feel rested when you wake up. Your skin has a nice healthy glow. Your tongue is pink and clear. And in the morning, I want you to take a look at your tongue and pay attention to how your mouth tastes and smells in the morning. You will see if you are digesting well. At the same time, everybody eliminates this ama that we create. We eliminate all these toxins at night. And one of the things that appear, the basic thing that appears on our tongue is a coating. And that's when we use scraping the tongue to help the body eliminate the ama. So you're scraping your tongue in the morning, scraping 7 times, and then you rinse your mouth. And then you're helping your body detoxify. Because if you drink water or you eat with that coating in your tongue, you're putting the ama back into your body. And then you have to get rid of it again. It's a lot of load for the body. So you make it easy for it to spend its energy healing other things rather than doing the same job again, trying to eliminate the ama that is on your tongue. And there is a question there, well, what about brushing? Well, you can brush your mouth, your teeth, and you can rinse your mouth, but don't brush the ama into your taste buds, because that's not eliminating it. If you want to brush your tongue, brush it after you do the scraping, because then you get rid of that, you rinse it off, and then if you like the sensation or just the habit of brushing your tongue, go ahead. All right, so when your ojas are good, when you have plenty of ojas in your system, your mind is clear, right? Your immune system is stronger, so you rarely get sick. Your body feels light regardless of your weight. You feel centered throughout the day. Digestion is strong without bloating. You feel energized and enthusiastic, and your body has a pleasant smell. When we talk about the habits to create a good Ayurvedic habit, daily habit, one of the things we're going to talk about is body, the smell of the body. When you have good ojas, you don't stink, right? So if you stink, you need to think, what can I do to make it better? All right. So when your Agni is weak, you create ama, toxic residue, right? So when you're going to experience bad breath, the coated tongue that I was talking about, dull appetite, and that means that sometimes it's you still feel like eating, you still eat, but just out of habit, because you think, oh, I don't feel like eating, but I should. You have a delicate digestion, especially Pitta people. It's like too much fire maybe. Generalized pain due to inflammation, because ama turns into inflammation throughout the body, sometimes into every joint, sometimes headaches, migraines, and so on. So that's what I am talking about, inflammation. And then obviously fatigue, because you don't have that vital energy, you're not absorbing the nutrients, so you have fatigue, depression, you feel sluggish, your immune system is weak, so you're susceptible to infections, you have sluggish elimination. So there is a way of knowing by your bowel movements if you're doing well with your digestion or not. We're going to talk about it later. Or irritable elimination, that is like when it's too much, too many times a day, liquidy, difficulty manifesting intentions. So when you don't have a clear mind, you can't have that focus or drive, right, to fulfill your life, to feel fulfilled in your life, or content, right? All right, so what we're going to do is learn how to create ojas and minimize amma, okay? Any questions? Please ask me questions. No questions? No questions. Is it all clear for now? Yeah? Is there anything that you would like me to repeat? Because I don't care. I like to repeat if it's necessary. Huh? Doing good? Carol? So sweet to see you here. All right, so has anybody heard about the microbiome? Not enough, huh? We're not going to do a class on microbiome, don't worry. This is not a class on microbiome, but to have good digestion, we have to support our microbiome. And how do we support our microbiome? First, we need to know what it is, right? It's a vast colony of microorganisms that inhabit our body, including bacteria and other microbes. All right, so this is a little question that came to my head when I was preparing this class. Does everybody know the difference between probiotics and prebiotics? You do. Tell me.
Probiotics are the organisms in your gut that help, and the prebiotics is what feeds the organisms.
Very good. So, what is your name?
Conal.
Conal said that probiotics are the colony of microorganisms that are already inhabiting your digestive tract. And prebiotics is what feeds them. Easy, huh? So what you eat feeds them, and you can eat stuff that contains probiotics to re-establish or to repopulate what's missing in your gut, right? Or to balance what's missing in your gut. And then you feed those colonies that you want to get strong. All right, very, very, very good, thank you. So these microbes live mainly in our digestive tract, but also on our skin, in our mouth, and other locations, even in the brain. They have already discovered the type of microbes that live in the brain and everywhere. So most of them are beneficial to our health. Of course, there is parasites. We don't want them. We need to control them. But if you have a good, healthy microbiome, they themselves eliminate the parasites that should not be there. It's just like a forest, like the ecosystem in a forest. You know, when there is like an overpopulation, maybe feed more. That's why we should preserve the ecology so that there is not an overgrowth of species that should not be there so much, right? So we need to do the same in our gut. Microbiome help digest our food, regulate hormones and immune system, and influence our nerve system and emotions. So the microbiome digests the food, the prebiotics that we ingest. Their byproduct, the product of their digestion, are the vitamins, are the nutrients that we need, so we have a symbiotic relationship with the microbiome. We need to take care of it so that we are healthy, right? Because there are foods that we can't digest, but they can for us. All right. In your daily life, the choices we make about what we eat can make the greatest difference in cultivating a healthy microbiome. Can you give me examples of good food or the foods that can repopulate our microbiome?
Fermented foods.
Excellent. Fermented foods. What are some fermented foods?
Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut,
Kimchi.
kimchi, yum.
Kombucha.
Kombucha. Oh, do I have mine? Yes. I got some here. So, kombucha, what else?
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
Some cottage cheeses.
Some of them, yes.
Kefir.
Kefir. Very good. Excellent. Ooh, I love it. All right. So the other thing that will promote good, healthy microbiome is if you avoid refined and processed foods and favor fresh, real food, you can be assured that you're nurturing your microbiome and body-mind with the highest quality and anti-inflammatory nutrition. So your microbiome talks to your brain. It's healthy, the brain is happy. And you have a good mood, it affects your behavior. If your microbiome has an overgrowth of some sort of bacteria, it may cause, and I am talking especially about refined carbs, too much flour, sugar, cookies, crackers, pizza, pasta, all of the stuff that we have adopted here in the Western dietary, habits. They are delicious, we crave them, but why do we crave them? Because our gut is telling our brain that we need them. You have to get a hold of it. So we have a nerve that is like encompasses all the intestines and goes up into your brain. This is called the vagus nerve. Who has heard about the vagus nerve? Very good. So the vagus nerve needs to send its messages to the brain. But if we don't control the vagus, what is coming into your intestines, they are gonna tell your brain, I want more cookies, I don't like greens, I don't like fruit, I don't like vegetables. When in fact, your body wants it, it needs it. So you have to get a hold of your cravings and think, oh, now that I know my dosha and I am a vata, I need some beets and I need some carrots to control and ground my vata with some root vegetables. Right? So you're not going to go for the cookie, although that's very appetizing and attractive, right? Now it's time for a break. So we're going to talk about the 6 tastes. Now we're going to taste them, okay? And since I think you guys can take all the other, the little paper, we can have a break now on the recording. So we're going